Welcome everybody to another episode of NTNA Live here at KUPA on Nails Magazine's Facebook page.
Good job.
I am your host, Elaine Watson. I am joined every week by Beth Livesay from Nails Magazine,
Hi,
co-host.
everyone.
And today we have a special guest, Eureka from Nails Magazine, who is also a judge on NTNA, will be joining us today. So make sure that you get your questions ready and submit them for Eureka, because we're going to put her in the hot seat and get your questions out to her. As always, we have a special giveaway. We're going to be giving away the same brush kit again this week because it works for anybody, any company, any product you can use it with. So make sure that you go to kupainc.com/pages/win, fill out only one time, stay in the chat and chat, and make sure that you like Nails Magazine's Facebook page and our Facebook page, and that'll put you in to win. And of course, not everybody can win, so everybody can win by using our promo code NailsMag at kupainc.com for 25% off all your purchases until Friday at midnight. That just includes everything except classes, the workbook, parts and services. So we have so much to talk about.
It's going to be a big show today.
It is. It's going to be a big show today because we just got back from London.
I know, and I'm so impressed that you guys came back and are doing this show. Like, huge kudos to Team KUPA and Elaine for looking lovely and awake.
I'm a little
God
impressed
bless
with
you.
myself right now.
You're impressive, yeah.
Yeah, we literally landed last night and didn't even get home until like 9, 10 o'clock last night.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so up and ready to go again. But we're really excited because it was our launch in the UK for KUPA.
Congratulations.
Yeah, Mani Pro Passport and Accessories is available now in the UK through Sally Salon Services.
Cool.
And for those of you that don't know, if you're from, the United States, you may not know that Sally Salon Services in the UK is like our Cosmoprof here.
Okay.
So licensed pros will now be able to go and get our products there at Sally Salon Services. And we had another exciting thing happen in London.
What could that be?
Well, we ran into a very special NTNA competitor. Yeah, we ran into Katie Barnes at the show.
Katie!
Yeah, so you guys can see,
Katie.
we took a little picture with her, and we took some video footage. I interviewed her for a minute. So let's go to a clip of us with Katie at the London show.
I have just bumped into Katie, NTNA competitor, live in London. Katie, my little teapot. She's not a loser because I refuse to call anybody who made it to the final 12 not losers. I haven't found a good word for not losers. You're not a loser. You made it to the top 12. How incredible. Is this your first year? I can't remember. You've done it before.
Semi-finalist last year.
You were semi-finalist. So you made it further.
Yes.
Next year you will. Are you going to do it next year?
Potentially.
Okay, give us the skinny. How stressful is it?
Super stressful.
Are you happy it's over?
It's nice to have a break, a little bit of normality, but it's nice because we're still in the group with all the girls, so I'm still feel like I'm part of it, really.
Yeah. I know everybody acts like
still see what they're doing.
I know. Are you going to come to Orlando?
Working out flights, logistics.
I hear quite a few of them. You're going to get to meet everybody.
So how cute is she?
She's
so
adorable.
She's like even cuter in person. She's
I
so
bet.
pretty.
I'm so jealous.
That hair, though.
I know. It's like so beautiful and
We
perfect.
had people asking her for tips on how she gets her hair color that color while we were sitting there.
Oh my God.
I know. It's it's a rinse. Like it's her shampoo coloring that gives her that tinted
cool.
color.
Yeah.
So Richard and I were also special guests. We were invited by Sally's to attend the Pro Beauty Awards and sit at their table. And this thing is huge. Like they had a famous comedian who was the host. It's a giant stage with giant TV screens and everything. And we get a book of what the awards are. And we were flipping through it, so we knew what all of the 26 awards would be giving. And we got to Nail Technician of the Year.
It's a big one.
And guess whose face was there?
The teapot.
Katie, my little teapot. I know.
Yay.
So, of course, when we saw, we were like, okay, we have to be ready to cheer her on.
Yeah,
and,
of course.
And so with her, there were 4 other competitors, I guess, that were nominated. And guess who won? Yeah, our little teapot.
Aw, Oh, congrats,
Katie won Nail Technician of the Year for the UK.
Oh,
And
good job, girl.
yeah, I got a picture with her, and I said to her, boy, this must take the sting out of being a loser on NTNA now that you didn't.
Totally.
Yeah, you're Nail Tech of the Year.
Oh my gosh, I'm so happy for her.
So hopefully we're going to see her in Orlando.
I surely
really
hope
love to see her,
And we want to see that hair in person.
I know. Yeah, you have to see the hair in person. I hope she makes it.
Me too.
It's really cold there. I think she needs a vacation from the cold.
Yeah, she does. She needs to come out to Florida where it's not cold at all.
Yeah. So we already have the results of last week.
Right.
So let's check out the winner, who's safe, and who's my not loser.
Exactly.
Do you want to do a reminder of last week?
Sure. So last week we were sponsored by Orly, and we did Pastel City. So the contestants had to do street art inspired nail art using a pastel palette only, which I know a lot of people weren't a fan of.
I was going to say, it's tough to do street art
It
with
is
pastels.
so tough. Yeah, absolutely.
That was a tough challenge.
Yeah.
So we have now the top three that were nominated as top three were Haley Fortenberry.
Yep.
Hemi Park, she did the Korean-inspired
Totally
street art,
cute, yeah.
and Valerie Ducharme.
Yeah, congrats,
So
ladies.
congrats to
Good
the top
job.
three. They were
job.
feeling like,
I
you
know, man. They were like, we passed that pastel challenge.
And our winner was
Haley
Yay,
for the
Haley.
her first win, and this is
Yay.
her second season of NTNA. So I was really excited for her to get this win in.
awesome,
and,
good win.
Yeah.
Awesome, good win. So why don't you do the first comment because it's you? It just wouldn't make sense.
Sure. So what I said, and I think I said this on the show, is I really like the hidden viciousness in her set because it was pastel, yet it had that edge. It had those flowers with like the teeth and that punch. Great point of inspiration because she used a street artist, Paper Frank, as her inspiration.
Yeah.
And the spray paint cans for the thumbs was just a really cool idea, and it drove the theme home. Yeah.
I think that was good, and I think Yuriko should be the one
The
to say
art
what was it
expert.
you said.
Well, I thought, overall the set was amazing. The detail on the tiger was just like spot on. And that's like really difficult to do with pastels. Like I do art myself, and like I used to use pastels all the time, and just to get even a little bit of like the difference in the colors is really hard. So like really props to Haley for that. And then you could tell exactly what's happening on every tip. And then of course adding on to the spray paint, that was it added a lot of movement to the whole set.
Really cool.
Yeah.
Jan said, different nail shapes are a cool idea, amazing detail in the tutorial as well. Idea, give recipes as a footnote.
Yeah, so the mixing of the colors
Yeah.
when she's
As a
doing it in the
footnote.
tutorial. Yeah.
So, but great scale of flowers and cheeky faces.
cheeky. It's
Cheeky.
a Jan.
That's such a UK word
It's a
too.
Jan term.
I use cheeky a lot now
Yeah.
because of going to
Yeah.
London. So Haley's going to be receiving a gift package from Orly that's valued over $500.
Yeah, and Orly actually just emailed me, Haley, it's on its way.
Awesome.
So yeah, it's coming. Yeah.
So then we had this time only 2 people who were like safe.
The
not
safe,
in the bottom.
the safe's getting tinier and
I
tinier. This
know.
week we're just gonna have one safe person.
I know.
It's scary.
Way to go, Ashton and Dana.
Congrats, ladies.
Big relief.
Yeah.
And the nail tech who is packing up her paintbrushes this week is
Sammy.
I know.
I know.
I loved Reggie Naked Nails.
I know. And we love Guy, and we know all about Sammy's life now.
Totally. I feel like I'm
So
part of it. And we
invested.
even, honestly, as funny as this sounds, it came up in conversations in London. Like, I'm sure it must have been maybe when I was with Katie or somebody,
Yeah,
but I
yeah.
know at some point we had a little joke in London about the fact that her husband looks like Ed Sheeran.
Yeah, it totally does.
Yeah. So, but don't worry, this won't be the last we hear from Sammy because she's going on to CND's Last Chance Design Challenge.
Absolutely.
Where she is competing against who else? Lisa,
the reigning
again.
champion.
Oh my gosh, I'm just thinking about
impressive.
that poor girl in the stress of being
I
in the
know,
bottom
I know.
every time and coming out of it.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Oh, I wouldn't be able to. I just couldn't. I couldn't be doing that weekly fight.
I know it's
It's exhausting.
that is how Lisa actually describes it to me. She's like, this gives me fight. So, but she's a
Yeah.
fighter. Lisa's a fighter,
She
and
is.
Sammy is too. So, good luck, ladies.
Yeah, good luck, ladies. And so what we're going to show what they've been working on.
Exactly.
And why don't you remind the
Yeah,
viewers
so-
what they're doing?
So this week's challenge is sponsored by Bio Seaweed Gel. 2 negatives make a positive. So this is inspired by BioSeaweed Gel's Unity all-in-one gel polish. And they want to see an airy design with lots of room to breathe. So of course that means negative space nail art. We want to see a negative space nail design on 2 hands using any mediums, but only using Unity's built-in base color top and nail strengtheners for color. Gel extensions can be created by sculpting or over artificial tips with BioSeaweed sculpting gel only. Include a video diary explaining the design and the creative process. So yeah, negative space.
I love negative space.
I do too.
Yeah.
It's a really cool wearable design.
I have to say I really have high expectations when I was looking, before you sent the art over. I was in London, so I had sporadic times in the middle of the night to look at stuff, but I have to say I had really high expectations.
Yeah, absolutely. Mindy's saying this week it was so hard to vote. China's talking about the judging. It must be the most difficult job ever.
Yeah.
I think it is. Yuiko's been judging the contest for a while now. Because I think we've talked about judging a lot on this show. So how is it for you for judging? Like, what are you looking for? You're the art director of Nails magazine. What are you looking at?
Usually, I feel like we probably look at around the same things,
right.
But of course, for me, I come from probably a slightly different background, so I tend to look at compositions a lot more,
right.
like of course the detailing, like brushwork, line work, all that stuff, and just overall like how the hands are posed. Sometimes that makes a pretty big difference,
right.
like how it works with the nail art,
right?
But every time it just gets more difficult.
When you guys judge, do you guys have a judging sheet or anything, or you just...
We have a score sheet.
You do have
it's
a score
set
sheet.
Score sheet,
okay,
and
good.
There's 5 categories, and 10 is the best part. So 50 is perfect from a judge.
That's good.
But I don't know if you've ever given a 50.
It's rare.
Yeah.
When I have to score 1 to 10, a 10 is rare. I call it the unicorn.
Yeah.
The unicorn. That's a good name for it.
It says in our, in the Olympia, it says a 10 is perfect. And
right.
There's nothing perfect. Nothing is perfect.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so you guys, again, I just really want to encourage you ask questions of Yuiko, because being art director of Nails magazine doesn't just mean she judges NTNA. She's doing our cover shoots. So our top 3 who come from this competition are going to be doing a cover with her. So, if you guys wanted photography questions, maybe if you're not in NTNA, but you want to do that next year, or you just want to improve your game, or you want to know how to get a good cover shot, or like how to pose hands, anything like that, ask Yuiko. And she's also an illustrator. She's our artist in-house. So she gets you. She's one of your people. So ask some questions.
Art is art. Doesn't matter the canvas.
Exactly. Yeah.
So let's go to Ashton, our first, and I did my usual Snoopy Snoop, but I had to do it. I had to do it as I was taking off for London. So nothing is super current. It was probably
That's okay. That's better.
It was probably
That's
like
better.
last Wednesday or whatever. So there was a few people who have been busy and didn't post. So I went digging into some of these competitors' pasts to get some stuff, but this one was fairly current. Or no, this one was the one that I did dig deep, but I found this was so funny. Her Tweety Bird hat and the look on her face. I feel like this is how she must, like the face I would make doing one of these, getting what have I got to do? How long have I got to do it? I got to get it done.
I know. Jenna just asked a question. She says, will we get the score sheets and comments after competing? So Jenna, and I do want to be transparent.
This is a good question because we were just talking about this.
Exactly, about transparency. So I can send you the score sheets and comments if you would like, but you have to ask for them. The reason why I don't send them to everybody every week is because it's me corralling all the score sheets from everybody. Like, I'm the point person. So it's me as one person, and to have to do all that times 12, times 11, times 10.
That's a lot.
It's a lot. It's a lot of copy pasting. If there's more judges this week than last, depending on the sponsor and everything, it could be a lot of stuff. And
you still have a full-time job
and I
at
have
a
a
magazine
full-time job.
to get out.
Actually do other things. And remember, I have to get everything on the site. So it's just a lot of work, but I'm happy to send to you. I'm not holding things back to be secretive. You know, Yuiko says very nice things. It's not like people are saying very mean things, very bad things. It's just purely a time operation. Maybe one day we'll have a full team of people working on NTNA, but right now it's just me. For the most part.
Band.
Yeah.
One woman band.
Yeah.
China has a good question for you guys.
Totally.
I'm going to ask this to you both. What do you look for while judging, and what are 5 things you look for while judging? And you kind of answered that, but I mean, do you have a specific top thing you look for first?
The 5 topics
go for it.
would be there's professionalism, there's technique.
Yeah. The overall appearance
design.
of the nail, the tutorial.
Yes.
Demo,
the step by step.
Yeah,
exactly.
which we've said in previous broadcasts is so important that they get that video done well and get their step-by-steps done well.
Exactly.
Not just the nails.
Exactly. And I think that is what kind of...
people forget.
And I think that's where kind of the scoring maybe doesn't seem so obvious, because you see a set of nails and you go, how could they not have loved that set? And it's not that we didn't love that set. It's just maybe you had a great set of nails.
Maybe they dropped the ball on the video.
Maybe there were technical problems, and it's, it's a couple points there that got messed up, and just when it evens out, it drags everything down.
And sometimes when you see a set, I might have a set that really appeals to me at first, at glance, but then when you find out more backgrounds about the other sets and and just the backgrounds of it, and sometimes the scores just totally flip just by finding out what the research might have been and the exploration boards.
Yeah.
Do you have a top thing you look for, when you look at a set to score?
I just really try to look at the tutorials carefully, because if I just looked at the nails, for me that's a very emotional experience. It's their artwork, they're putting themselves out there, and so I feel like it's a different reaction for me. And then when I read the stories, and I love their stories, I love reading the descriptions they come up with, but I really, really look at those stories, and then I look at their tutorials, because for me it's all about how it was made. And this is a high-level competition. The prizes are big. You get a cover. We're flying you to Orlando. You could get a huge cash prize. You're getting, a mention in Modern Salon. You're going to go to Fashion Week with C&D. I look for really challenging techniques. You have to really push it. And I know in the comments sometimes we say, you need to push this design a little bit more. This isn't just a regular day at the salon where you got to push it a little bit more. It is going to be photographed. Yeah. Not everything, that looks a certain way in person will translate. And, we really need that. I want to see something I've never seen before, and I know that's not always difficult, especially with negative space.
Yeah.
But I think there's ways you can twist it, and I think the stories and the demos can make it or break it.
I feel like when I judge Nail Olympia, it's so different than when I was judging on the show Nailed It. Yeah. Because in Nail Olympia, I have a set amount of criteria I'm judging. I might just be looking at concave, convex, C curve, and I don't know, arch location or something. And so even still, my first thing I always do, and I do it watching these two, is I always look at the overall. Yeah. Even if I'm not, there is no judging of overall. You don't take a step back and just say, how did this look at Nail Olympia? But when we started judging on the show Nailed It, Tom Baychek and I both had the same problems coming from judging nail competitions and having set criteria. And having I can look at that nail and say the concave and the convex are off. Where when we stepped onto the set and Nailed It, it felt more emotional. Yeah. We were looking at a set and just giving our opinion of what was right and what was wrong. And we both struggled with that to the point where when we would do the off-camera look at them so that we knew what we were going to say on camera, he and I developed a score sheet out of the criteria for that day's challenge. Yeah. And developed a scoring way so that we felt like when the scores were added up, we knew who the winner was. Yeah. We just couldn't do that emotional kind of, I had a hard time with that.
And I think what makes NTNA so difficult and what makes it different, and we knew we were getting into this when we did this competition from Nail Olympia and other competitions, is you're not seeing the nails in person.
No.
And it's so hard. So you have to go,
Really
you have
hard.
to rely that much more
Yeah.
on the writing, on the tutorial, because we see these great photos, and they're great photos. Congrats to all 12 for
I
taking
know,
amazing
amazing.
photos. But like, we're not seeing the nails in person, and so it's hard to judge a lot
All
of
we
those
have
things
is
in a
what you give
traditional.
us.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's hard.
Yeah.
I'm going to experience it.
You're very close, Elaine.
We are so close.
It's coming.
That NTNA episode, tune in because I will have my judging hat on.
Okay, awesome.
Like, I'm not giving you guys comments because I'm in love with y'all. I love what you're doing, but that week, yeah, I'm gonna come on that episode and give you Elaine the judge, not Elaine.
I can't wait to see
Yeah. So Ashton's set.
Yes.
Do you want to go over the?
Sure.
And I'll do the next.
So
one.
Ashton, so negative space, and I felt like, kind of a little bit more literal interpretation on negative space. So we have the galaxy nails, and she kind of did like this negative space wormhole where it goes through all the nails and ties it together. And then a few planets, and I like that she said she was going to do all of them, but didn't want to clutter the nails because the challenge did say room to breathe.
Yeah.
So I thought that was a good choice for her here. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. And I loved the color she used. I thought it was really cute.
Beautiful.
As you'll see as we go on though, I don't know. I'm going to just throw this out there. I don't know if you girls are all talking.
I think they all talk.
I think you got to stop talking. Because we've had weeks where like the ocean was like on so many sets.
Yeah.
And now, you'll see another competitor did a galaxy thing out. So, and if you aren't talking, good Lord, you guys are all tied into each other. ESP.
I think they're just in sync
I feel like
now.
they have an ESP, and
Yeah.
to be fair, negative space does have a connotation to
Right.
outer space.
Did you want to share? I really want to hear your
Yeah.
comments. Not to put you on the spot, but like, because you're the art director. Did you have any comments for Ashton that you wanted to share?
I actually liked with like her negative streak that she added. I thought it created a really nice glow to the overall design. So it really accentuated the whole galaxy effect of like the stars.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Awesome. So on to Dana, the squirrel lover.
Squirrel girl.
Squirrel girl. This picture that I pulled off of Facebook is, of course, Bubby. Cute. Bubby and Tank, I think was the other one. Bubby likes to sit on the other dog's face, sit on his head all the time. So this is Bubby taking a break from playing to stare out the window at the squirrels. I imagine all the squirrels are just hanging outside Dana's door going,
They know that house.
Feed me.
They're like, that's the
Yeah,
house.
feed me.
Yeah.
So this is Dana's take. Oh, you have a
Ashton
question?
and Dana were both saying they just think alike. Ashton's like, we just think alike, and Dana says we do talk, but we don't share our design ideas. So that's hilarious.
Yeah.
We're just that in sync.
And I almost feel like, I'm gonna look ahead because we're not there yet.
Uh-oh.
But I feel like it's less likely, because I'm just gonna throw it out there. We're gonna get there, y'all. Jenna, because she's in Denmark, and I know I translate most of what she says, so I feel like they're probably not discussing. Like, I feel like this week's, the fact that they got them together has to do with the reality of negative space.
Right, exactly.
But,
exactly the theme.
So, also don't always take things literally.
Yeah. I
Because you
think
just might be wearing the same prom gown as someone
Exactly.
else. Right? Nobody wants to be
Good
at prom
analogy.
wearing the same prom gown. And you don't want to be in a
No.
competition
No.
doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Although we wear the same clothes a lot.
I
If you
know.
look at our
Alright.
Instagram, like it's documented.
Twinsies.
We kind of like dress alike.
So Dana's design, I'll give the lowdown
Sure.
on this one. She says, when I think of negative space nail art, I picture random designs created with half moons, French tips, and line work. I wanted to offer more than a typical negative space nail art. After looking through inspiration, I decided I would design a set of nails around something specific. So fine line triangular symbols. This worked out perfectly because I wanted to incorporate the unity, gel base, color, and top coat. There are many meanings to triangular symbols in religion as well as in the creative world. So I think she's pulled it off brilliantly. I mean, I like this dot thing. Like I did this naturally because there's a nail competitor out of the UK, Kirsty Meakin, who I've known for years because she competes at Nail Olympia, and she got this amazing tattoo a few years ago and put it on,
cool.
and it was all under here. And it came all, and it was like hanging beadwork. It was the most gorgeous feminine tattoo I'd ever seen, and this reminded me of that.
Yeah.
With the beadwork, and it's got a feminine, but like with all these points and
Right.
triangles, really like sharpness to
Yeah,
it.
the sharpness.
Yeah.
She's got two things going there.
And
It's
you
pretty
would
cool.
go, did you want to share like your comments
Yeah.
for Dana?
I thought she had a great choice of colors, you know, to show the tranquility and
right.
the unity.
Calming is what she, yeah.
Yeah. And then like her inspiration boards, I always love seeing them, and just, you know, it really helps me understand their concept.
Right. Because she says she uses Pinterest
Yeah.
every week. Yeah. And then we have a couple of questions that I thought were good. So China's asking good questions today. China says, what advice would you give a competitor in regards to not listening to negative comments? I think that's
I have one
such
for that.
a good question. Why don't you
Well,
wanna
I
answer
have one for
first?
that
Go.
because of the show.
Yeah,
You know,
totally.
when you do a television show, you open yourself up to negative comments
Exactly.
from complete strangers who
Exactly.
know nothing about you. And from earlier than that on in my life, but especially during that time, I just told myself, don't ever dignify a negative comment with your response. Because not only have you given that person your attention, which is all they want, you're now in a battle of, you know, he said, she said. And they're not going to change their perspective
Right.
if that's how they
Right.
feel. So my advice to people is, if you're gonna go on and read them, like I didn't go searching for them.
Yeah,
I don't need that
totally.
negativity
Don't want to do that.
negativity in my,
Negative space.
in my world.
Yeah.
But if you do go looking for them, you have to have the backbone to hold back and not post about it. Just leave it alone. And chances are, anyways, your fans are going to stick up for you.
Exactly. Yeah. And I would say my recommendation to the NTNA competitors, if anybody out there is being negative toward you, block them out. Focus.
Seriously.
You have to focus on your work, and you wouldn't be here if you weren't
Right.
good. So already you've proved them wrong.
Yeah.
You're great. You're being acknowledged by Nails Magazine, by KUPA, but you're getting your art in front of an art director, an editor. So you're already better than that. You don't need that.
At this point, you should have the confidence.
Yeah.
Like clearly. I mean, it's
Yeah.
hard. It's hard. We're artists. We're nurturers. We hold
Totally.
people's hands and we nurture
Yeah.
other people. But sometimes we forget to give it to ourselves.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's
And
totally
so
true.
you have to own the fact that you're awesome if you've made it this far. And if you're kind of, you know, I know that they have that voice in their head.
I know.
Because Lisa admitted it when she was here on an earlier episode, saying that, you know, you're good, but you keep hearing those negative voices in your head that just say, maybe this isn't good enough.
Right.
And you have to stop. You just got to, you know, remind yourself, oh my Lord, you made it this far. You should have so much
Totally.
more confidence in the
Yeah.
fact that you're awesome.
Yeah.
And somebody, one asshole's word shouldn't matter.
No, it shouldn't.
Should not change that.
Yeah, absolutely not.
Nobody should have that kind of power over you.
Sammy says art is interpretive. You can't make everyone happy, and that's okay. So true. You can't make everyone happy. Make sure
No.
you're happy with your
Never.
work.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. If you're trying to make everyone happy, you're doing a job that's impossible.
Exactly. Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dana says just don't listen. Be confident in yourself and your work.
Yes.
Amen.
Amen.
Alyssa, ignore the haters. Yep. You gotta
Always.
ignore.
We don't even, I'm so glad we don't have haters in our chat every week.
Well, you guys do a good job of, I think
we're
policing.
nurturing. Yeah, we have a little nurturing group here. We don't want haters in our chat.
Exactly.
If you're here to hate, go on to the next show because
Exactly.
we like
It's
our
not
thing
our
going on.
show.
In China, I saw your comment. Thank you. So Haley, my little meme. I'm just gonna call her meme. Yeah. So this one cracked me up because it spoke to volumes to me.
Yeah.
I lost my car chapstick and now my book bag chapstick is in my room and my room chapstick is in my car and my whole life is out of whack. Totally speaks to me because every time I want some chapstick, I can't find it. I picked this again before I left for London and I had a chapstick in my bag. And my good friend Sharon, I mean, the cold was so bad. I could see the transformation of her lips over the few days to the point where she borrowed it once and did a little, you know. And at the end of the show, I just went, here, just keep
There
it.
you go.
I can't
There
even.
you
So
go.
I went to go use it on the airplane and was just like, I lost my bag chapstick. So now I have to rearrange my life. So this is my life. I love it.
Yep.
So funny. Haley's artwork, though, wow.
Oh, yeah. So I want to kind of preface this by saying, you know, Haley admits that this is kind of her specialty, and I definitely agree. Being an editor, being someone who's seen Halley compete before, and having followed her, this is so Halley. Like, this is the Halley of all Halley challenges, and her creation is beautiful. So she was inspired by succulents because they're calming. And so, you know, when the challenge said room to breathe, Halley was saying, oh, the succulents, you know, they help provide oxygen. And that's kind of her hobby. So she told us something about herself, and then she played to the challenge and also played to her strengths, which is just really cool. So, yeah, this is her creation. The succulents were created leaf by leaf with BSG clear builder gel and attached with BSG Builder X. And she top coated everything except for the succulents. Yeah, just beautiful.
They're cool. And I think it's brave because I've said in earlier casts, like, if you do line work and you aren't careful about your lines, you know, they get fatter and thinner, or there's multiple lines beside each other and they get closer or move. Like, it's line work might seem simple, but it's not.
It's the hardest.
And your eyes go right to a mistake
Exactly.
if you're just making a mistake. And so she did something that not only was hard with doing her line work, but she also left the negative space between the lines. So keeping even those clean.
Exactly.
This was pretty technical.
Yeah, super.
People may not
super
realize it
Yeah.
if they don't do nails, but that was pretty technical of her. Super cute. Hemi. Oh my God, Hemi. So yeah, Hemi and her husband go to a lot of really nice, expensive restaurants.
I know. Hemi's a foodie. Yeah, you gotta look at her Instagram. It's interesting. Yeah.
If I was sitting at the table next to Hemi and Eric, and he was playing with cotton candy in this manner, I would totally slide my chair over and beg to sit at their table with them.
Who
Yeah,
doesn't want
it's
to sit
hysterical.
there?
I think I dug this one out. I don't think this one was a new one, but every time I go through her Facebook page, it makes me smile because of her and Eric.
Oh yeah.
You guys need a reality show. Just
I know they need
around.
to just take over.
I'm throwing it out there. The producers, you know, if they're looking for somebody funny, they should follow Hemi and Eric. And oh my goodness, hers. So the theme, she says, 2 negatives make a positive, struck me as I was preparing for this week's challenge. I have been feeling really high-strung every day since the competition
Because you're drinking
began.
coffee,
I was
a gallon
just gonna say,
of
that's
coffee.
the coffee, honey.
Hemi.
I am agitated and rushed almost every moment, knowing
because
there's
of the
only
coffee, too.
more work to do. Yeah, that's the coming down off the coffee before the next coffee. I have been feeling very restless. Doing nails has been my comforting ritual since I don't even remember when, but for the last few months, it became the cause of sleepless nights. For
Also
this
the
week,
coffee.
I love her honesty.
I know.
Again, it's the coffee. So for this week's challenge, I chose spiritual energy.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I think that's beautiful. Symbols and natural crystals with healing energy, as well as the mandala for the unity symbol for my negative space design, in search of positivity for myself and my NTNA sisters.
Beautiful.
I still love that they do the
I know.
NTNA sisters. I think this is great, and I hope it brought her some rest.
I know. And
I
some
have a feeling
decaf.
if I don't know, yeah, maybe mixing decaf. Just
No,
start with
you can't.
half calf, half decaf,
Yeah.
and then work your way to full decaf.
Yumiko,
But-
did you have any comments
Yeah.
on Hemi's?
I think the way she added the crystals was like, it
The
added a nice
technique.
dimension.
Yeah.
The technique was amazing, and I just overall it added to the composition.
I would have loved even more. Like, I know they have the one hand shot, but like side shots of those crystals.
Yeah, that would be
It
nice.
kind of reminded me. I think and it's such a stupid thing to even pick out, but that's what came to my head was the crystals popping up in Superman when the brown went all crazy. Like that's what she's got coming off the nails. And she did that hard technique again. Not only did she do the spaces, the lines, but she even did multiple colors.
I know.
So that's even
I know.
taking
A
it to the
go-getter.
next level. Yeah, very good. Nice details, girl. Of course, for my picture for Jenna, I had to show, like, her picture, this beautiful, gorgeous selfie of herself.
Yeah.
It's so fat. Like, for me, it was about fashion. I was checking out the blouse and the glasses.
The glasses.
It looked like something I see in my fashion magazines. I love it. She's gorgeous.
I know. She photographs so well.
I hope this picture translates as good on their image on the screen as it did not in printing out.
Right, our
Because
little prank.
on my little notes here, it looks like she just did pink little short nails.
Yeah, but she didn't.
She didn't.
Yeah.
There's more to it, so I hope you're able to see that. There's long, pointed nails with these planets.
Jenna says
Tell
Prada, babe.
Yeah, Prada. There you
That's
go.
a Prada ad,
That
Jenna.
is so definitely Prada.
Yeah.
That is so Prada.
That's hilarious. Okay, so Jenna wanted to do, again, another planet set. I wanted to create our solar system as I was very excited about the Unity gel polish that cures in the sun. I started out researching the planets, colors, and sizes. I wanted my design to be powered by solar power and to have light effects. So she tried to show off and sculpt long, clear stilettos that hopefully you can make out.
Yeah, hopefully.
Directly on my model. But after sitting for many hours, her model got a little ill, and so she couldn't finish the design with the solar cell panels. She didn't want to hit the cuticles, so she made the decision to just leave the moons visible and make it look like hands on top of our universe instead of the planets on top of the solar panels. All planets have light incorporated to make the colors pop. Yeah.
So this is reality.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
that's like
sometimes
planned.
reality isn't even about your schedule.
Right,
It can be
exactly.
about your model schedule. I had a model pass out once during judging.
Oh my god.
Yeah, her hands were, I was in Dubai.
Oh my god.
And her hands were through the curtain. And I, sometimes they're not close enough, so you pull them closer to you, and they kept disappearing. And I pulled them, and finally, whoop, they were gone. And she passed out. So
Oh my god.
the thing is when you have models who are sitting for you for hours, you have to be prepared. A, that something might go wrong, or B,
Right.
that you keep them hydrated, fed.
Exactly. You almost have to be their kind of servant.
gotta help
Like at
them.
Fashion Week, that's what you kind of have to keep them going because
Yeah.
they keep you going
Yeah.
and looking good too.
And in a moment's notice,
Um,
they could get ill.
Yeah, and
That's
so
a challenge.
Kelsey was saying the planets look like they're floating. Yeah, it's a super cool effect. Yumiko, did you have comments for Jenna?
I love the way, again, back to texturing, just the way she made, like she did this weaving technique to make some of the planets, and that added a really nice dimension to it.
Yeah.
yeah.
Showing off her 3D work at the
You
same
gotta
time.
show off in this competition. You gotta be a show off.
Yeah. But that was the reference, by the way, in case anybody didn't remember in the beginning of the multiple
There were two
sets
planets.
of planets.
Yeah.
And I thought, gosh, that's such an unusual thing. How did they both think to do the same thing?
Yeah.
But negative space.
Yeah.
This was cute. This was my throw. They bubble nails a while ago.
Yeah.
And good Lord, with those ugly bubble nails. I'm just throwing that out there.
Yeah.
They were ugly. But no, Kostadina is starting now balloon nails. I'm thinking these will take over for bubble nails. This hand shot was her being cheeky and putting balloons on her
Cute.
fingers. We used to do that as kids. You
Yeah,
put the balloons
yeah,
on
yeah.
your fingers. Love her line work too. I think this was a really cool kind of geometric-y look.
Beautiful.
She says
It's
this week,
gorgeous.
she says this week our challenge was to create a negative space design on two hands with a lot of space to breathe. When I see clear nails or negative space designs on nails, it reminds me of class. So that's how I had the idea to make broken glass. I chose only 2 colors to give a negative space effect, with line art creating 5 designs and putting the colors upside down on the other hand. From the word airy, I decided to use blue shades to complete my set. And so she's kind of done like what Hemi did at the
Little
cuticle
crystal
area.
effects.
Hers was crystals, and her, with Costadina, it's broken glass.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Ms.
What do
Art
you think?
Director.
And
Yeah,
that
what do you think,
glass,
art
like,
director?
it totally adds on to like the geometric lines that she used.
Yeah,
like, it
and the
mimics each
shape.
other.
Yeah, the shape is really cool on top of that, yeah.
I think it's in reference to this set, but Alicia Schmidt is wondering how long it took to do. I wonder if she's talking about Jenna or if she's talking about this set, because the girls are in there.
Yeah,
It's
you
Jenna,
guys
she can
answer the
it.
questions.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Oh, I love it. Aries nails. She says the nail universe. Nails are our universe.
Maybe that's why.
Love it.
That's why they're all the planetary.
Yeah,
designs,
yeah.
Out of this
Nail
world.
universe.
Out of this world nails. Yeah.
Totally out of this world
Absolutely.
nails.
Positive space.
I just totally lost my footage. So the next one is our little French girl, Valerie Descharmes.
Wee wee.
Yeah, and this was a blast from her past. I found the family hot tubbing, but this was from that trip to Iceland.
Ooh.
So the snow out there, we used to do that when I lived in Maine. We'd go, skiing and snowboarding somewhere.
Yeah.
And then everybody hits the hot tub, rolls in the snow, and gets back in. I thought that was pretty cute.
So cute. I know, it looks great.
Yeah. How about this look?
This look. Okay. So Valerie said that she wanted to do negative space reversed. She took a risk this week, and she hopes that it was innovative enough. So like an abstract nail art take on negative space. She says it's always important to find a story to tell in order to inspire, and especially find a way to reinvent what has not yet been done. Agreed. All that came to my mind was geometric shapes. Shapes can be purified for art. I like them because their simplicity gives us room to breathe, to create. So she wanted to draw inspiration from a cube. She found some superimposed cube images, as well as a sculpture with a gaping hole, an empty space in a solid area. So she kind of reversed the idea and went with like the cube and the hole, and just kind of talk about the impact of an invisible force that creates a void. So yeah, so these are I thought these were almost kind of like geode, like geode looking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That technique when they would layer the colors and then buff them down to get the edges on the outer area.
Yeah. So, did you want to comment?
I mean, that was for me like the biggest thing, where going back and showing all the colors that she used. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, she got a lot of them in there too, and they all work really well together.
I love the color. The colors are beautiful.
So
yeah, I think Bio Seaweed's a really good palette.
Yeah, that's really nice.
China's asking, what advice would you give competitors to stay focused and not lose their edge and their initial ideas?
Ooh, that is a good one.
Good.
Sometimes your initial ideas are the best ones, and then you overthink it and you start looking for other ideas.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, God, what my advice would be, I guess, it really is to just lock the world out when it's time to sit down and do your work. Don't start grabbing your phone and looking for things or looking at what people are saying and doing. Sometimes if you get too much coming at you, it blocks your focus.
Yeah.
You can't focus on one thing.
I had the same reaction, like when I had to like do research myself, like the internet kind of blocks you in. Like you don't take your mind like to the extent
where it should go.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You're too distracted. You're focusing on too many things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a distraction.
Yeah. My advice would be, think about what you really want these nails to convey and what you want them to say about you. The competitors, and I've told some of them this before, they love the rules. They're so into the rules. They don't want to break rules, and they want to is this in the rules? And I'm so glad they pay attention and they care. But start off with your initial idea of what you want to do and what you want to say, because you don't want to follow all the rules and then do a set that you're like, well, that's not me. That doesn't represent me. I'm not proud of that. I could go home because of that. So at the end of the day, I think you need to make sure you're getting your message across, and then you can fine tune it. You can edit it to fit within the confines of the rules. But I would say stay true to what you want to present to the world, because NTNA is about finding the next original, cool, great nail artist who has that voice. Who's Lavette, who's Winnie, who's Ryoko. We want to see that next person.
Originality.
Yeah, so let that carry you through. Yeah.
Sammy made a funny comment, and I'm gonna bag Dana on this. Sammy goes, Dana, how do you find the time you don't work? ?
She does work. She works all the time.
No.
Yeah.
And the way she's finding the time is clearly the dishes are adding up, because wasn't it Dana that I put a plea out to her family to do the damn dishes for her?
Yeah.
So clearly she's making some choices to find the time. It's too funny. And I just want to give a shout out to say hi to Phoenix Van Dyke, who's tuning in from Houston.
Oh, hi, Phoenix. Safe travels.
We haven't even gone public with the fact that Phoenix is our newest educator to the KUPA team.
I'm so happy.
And it's
Congrats,
such a cute
Phoenix.
story. I can't tell it because it's a little long, but poor girl. She flew with us. We flew her out here so she could be part of the team and travel to London and back. Yeah. But she still has to get home to Florida, so she's
got a longer
sitting in Houston Airport watching us right now.
Dana says, honestly, I've done multiple sets each challenge. So yeah, so I think we talked about that one week too, where
I know.
You know, so they're also like chucking some.
And that's even one who's not trusting in an idea or maybe modifying an idea to death.
Yeah.
That if you're doing like 3 as a judge, I want to look at a set and go, okay, I know you had 5 or 7 days to do that.
10.
Right.
10.
Okay. So if I, as a judge, if I am looking at these nails and I knew you had 10 days to do it within reasonable, because I know you have a life, my judge brain wants to go, it looks like she did 20 days of work in 10 days.
Of course.
Or, you know, like even in nail competitions where I've seen they had 2 hours to do something really great and they got it done so fast that I looked at it and went, they looked like they worked for 30 minutes of the 2 hours and then stopped.
Right.
So keep that in mind too, you know.
Yeah,
give
absolutely.
Give us a set that looks like you really did spend some time on it, even if you didn't.
And the advice from the chat is also so good. Phoenix says, even if you see something similar to your ideas, try it your way.
Yeah.
Such good advice, because we're seeing a lot of similarities, because they're all operating off the same theme with the same products. So that's really good advice. Jenna says, I like to look at things that don't have to do with nails.
Yeah.
Always a good idea.
Really good inspiration if you do avoid it, because then you're not going to be the prom girl in the same dress.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh. So that's all of our submissions for this week.
It's a beautiful week. I thought there were just so many like lovely, clear designs, breathable for sure.
Just love negative space. So it's such a good week anyways. We got to see some fun things.
Yeah, and I think Bio Seaweed Gel, they haven't finished their judging yet, but they already looked at everything. They were just like so happy. They just think it's so beautiful. So that's cool. It's a good compliment to all 7. Yeah.
Must be fun. I can't wait. I will know. But I was going to say it must be fun. I'm going to get my team involved too.
You have to.
But at the end of the day, I'm going to be the judge.
Yeah, totally.
But I'm going to show it to all of our team here because I want
you
them
be
to
proud.
feel involved as well.
Yeah, totally.
So now we're down to the CND Last Chance Design Lab. And last week's winner, congratulations, we know now, is Lisa.
Lisa, of course.
Yeah. And that beautiful William Shakespeare letter on a nail.
Yeah.
Love note on a nail.
Yeah.
So congratulations on your win again. You know, Jan said Lisa is the winner. She followed challenge guidelines beautifully and wrote a perfect love note. I thought that's cute. So this week, battling it out now is Lisa and Sammy. And I did a little bit of my usual Snoopy Snoop.
Perfect.
And I found this one to be so Lisa.
Oh,
It's another one from the past, but that Jameson whiskey bottle thrown in there. And she put, thank God, TGIT, finally have 2 days off, all buckled in, and on my way home. So, and then I wanted to add, I imagine the stress of doing design lab challenges has got to have her feeling like this.
Yeah.
You know, like every day.
Yeah. She says, I'm so romantic. Yes, you are.
Oh, yeah, you are.
Yes, you are.
You're totally romantic.
You're a girl after my heart.
And then, okay, on this image now, and quickly do it because these are the last things we're talking about. I would love to have people in the chat caption.
Yeah, this is a good
caption.
Yeah.
It's just from the past. I thought it was funny. They're all looking under the stalls into a bathroom. And, like, was somebody sitting on top of the toilet taking that picture?
I don't know.
Was it on a timer? Like, I'd love to know a little more about
Sammy,
it. Sammy,
you got to tell us some context here.
Yeah. So please definitely give us a little bit on that. So the theme.
Okay. Theme for this week is called Word on the Street. And so we want to see another street art inspired design, but this week we want to see it based on one of Jan Arnold's favorite art pieces. So since CND does sponsor the Last Chance Design Lab, sometimes the themes go off a little bit more on like a Jan tangent, a Jangent. And so Jan loves art. Like, she's a museum junkie, and so her Instagram has all these beautiful points of inspiration, and Jan does love street art as well. So they had to go to her Instagram to pick a piece to take inspiration for the challenge. Yeah.
These are great.
So cool.
These
this
are
is
great.
A fun one. Yeah.
I think I need to go digging on Jan's Instagram to find the
same
actual images that inspired these.
Yeah.
Actually, Lisa and Trish, if you guys are paying attention.
Oh, this is Sammy. Sorry.
It's a typo.
It's a mistake.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
Sorry.
it is Sammy. I know it's Sammy because it was bummed about the Reggie thing.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Typo.
Yeah. Apologies.
That's okay.
Live
Anyway,
TV.
Sammy, I know you both in there. You're hearing me right now.
Yeah.
Send me your inspiration picture because I will throw it up next week on the show on the recap. and show it before we show who ended up being the winner.
Yeah. And what's cool about Lisa's design is this is the Peterson Museum. So it's right here in LA. So I've actually been to this exhibit. So it's a bunch of lowriders.
Going back to prom, that's where I had my prom.
Oh, get out.
And did you wear the same dress as someone else?
No, thank God.
Yeah.
Because you're original.
Yeah.
So that's great. And the car coming off it, super cute. Love how she did the whole Jan in street. It looks like, it basically looks like a tag.
Totally cool.
So Sammy says she came across an image called Red Bull.
Yes.
By John Nito. I've never heard of him. It is a strong and beautiful image of a colorful man with braids against a single color background, and it really jumped out at me because my life as a nail tech revolves around color. That's cool.
Yeah, I love the colors in hers, and I love how she tagged sparkles because that's how we all know
and
her.
this is her picture of herself,
Yeah,
not somebody
it has
else
to be,
on
yeah,
there.
it's so
Because those
great.
are the new specs. She
Exactly.
got those new glasses.
Right. Yeah.
They're
so
totally
it's
the new glasses.
fantastic.
So you all are going to have to tune in next week to find out who
Who Jan
ends up
picked.
winning that.
Yeah,
And we'll just Jan
yeah.
pick who's going on. And do you want every week? I'm going to recover this. I say
Sure.
this every week. We get the first scoop here on
Yeah.
what the contestants are working on right now. So you want to
Right.
give us the super scoop?
Yes, and I would love to talk about this challenge. This next challenge we have coming up next week is sponsored by Gel2, and it's called Thrill Seeker. And this was actually the first challenge of this season that we figured out. So I think we figured this back out in May, and
Wow.
I've been so excited. So I'm really, really excited for next week. I can't wait to see what
This'll
the
be
contestants
fun.
do. I am so freaking stoked.
This will
So,
be fun.
Thrill Seeker. Gel 2's new 4D gel allows you to take nail art to the next level. Gel 2 challenges you to take things up a notch and create a theme park on all 10 nail tips. No hands, tips only, using multi-dimensional sculpting as well as hand painting. We want to see whatever rides and attractions you would like, so long as you use the 4D gel and have at least one movable component.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
To make this park come alive. Be original in your design and try not to simply replicate an actual park. So I don't want to
Boring.
see 6 Disneyland, 6
Yeah,
Six
boring.
Flags. No. Include a 300-word description and, of course, the funnest video of all time because I want to see your theme parks in action. I
Perfect
can't wait.
timing because we chose that next week's point would be when we would start adding videos into the broadcast.
It's going to be so fun.
So, to you competitors, keep in mind now, your videos are going to be seen on our recap show now each week because we're running out of content to make an hour.
Yeah. Do you remember that video game where you had to build the theme park? Did you ever play that? The roller coaster?
Oh, yes.
yeah.
Roller Coaster Tycoon.
Yes. So this is like that for NTNA.
That would be so much fun. I think it's going to be
dope.
great. I like the movable parts.
Oh, it's
Makes
getting
me think
real.
about those things where you drop a ball in and when it rolls, it catches
cute.
something else and does something else.
But we're getting toward the end, so we got it. All the challenges from here on out, they're going to be
They got to be your best.
up.
They got to be your best.
And
You
it's
have
gonna
to
be
walk
hard.
away just going, I gave it everything. I have nothing
Oh my
left to
God.
give.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I have a winner.
Good.
My buddy Rachel Wilson's in the chat and has been answering questions as KUPA today. Has announced that the winner is Mindy Jones. Congratulations.
Congrats, Mindy.
Rachel will let you know how you can contact us to make sure we get you your, your prize, which is that beautiful brush kit.
Nice.
Also, the rest of you, to remind you, you guys can use the promo code NailsMag at KUPAinc.com for 25% off until Friday at midnight. Again, it doesn't cover classes, workbooks, parts, and services, but I mean, come on.
It's still everything.
Go buy that
Yeah.
e-file you've
Yeah.
been wanting. If you love these weekly shows, visit our KUPA page and like our Facebook page. Also, you can follow us Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter at KUPA Inc. On Instagram, we are KUPA_TV. We're also on Google as KUPA, and we're on YouTube. Everything
Yeah.
you could possibly. And of course, always, Nails Magazine
Nails
is.
Magazine. Instagram at Nails Magazine. You're already on our Facebook page, so thank you very much. Make sure you like us. Facebook.com/NailsMag. Twitter, Nails Mag. I think Pinterest is Nails Mag. If not, it's Nails Magazine. There are really only just two choices.
Here we go. Can anybody follow you?
She's like, no! She's like, don't.
Do you keep your life online girls and guys follow you.
I mean, I'm on Instagram. It's just my personal account, chubcat.
I tagged her in our Instagram stories.
So,
But okay, she's an artist, so I usually expect that you never know what to expect when you're following an artist, even if it is your personal, because your views on things you take pictures of or share usually are kind of interesting in themselves.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
So I would like to thank, of course, Eureka for being a special guest
Thanks,
today.
Eureka.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Always want to thank Beth and Nails Magazine for allowing us to support them.
Thanks for coming back from London.
Yeah, oh my gosh, thanks for cutting. We didn't get to see anything because we came back
For our show.
early enough to make it for the show.
Yeah.
Of course, always want to thank our viewers for tuning in and listening to us every week.
Yeah, thanks everyone.
We appreciate the love.
Yeah.
Tune in next week, Wednesday, 11 a.m. Pacific time for the next episode. We'll see you then.
Bye. Everybody.